Oh, this is Mr. Katsev, and you're going to be watching 1.7, the U.S. Constitution. So the objectives here, we need to know the purposes, the structure, the principles, and the rights that are found in the Constitution. Like always, make sure you take good notes using A through D as your headings in your lecture notes. So at the beginning, we need to talk about the structure of the Constitution. That can be found in the preamble and the articles that follow. The preamble is our introduction to the Constitution. It's that first paragraph, and it starts with "We the people of the United States." This sentence is rooted in popular sovereignty, and we'll learn that term later on. Article 1 is addressing by far the most important part of all the articles, and this is creating the legislative branch. We created Congress, which means we have the House, we have the Senate, and all that comes with that. Gives it certain powers, and it also gives it certain limits. Article 2 is addressing the executive branch. This is where we're going to set up the powers and the duties of our president. Article 3 is creating the judicial branch and the judicial system. We have the Supreme Court, and it creates this national judiciary branch. Articles 4 and 7. Article 4 is by far the most complicated, so I'm going to make sure I focus in on that. One of the first clauses is the full faith and credit clause. Now, this is giving each state the ability to recognize that certain acts, laws, and contracts of states. So a good example of this is like driver's license. If you have a driver's license in Missouri and you go over to Illinois, Illinois is still going to recognize that you're a safe driver, that you're a competent driver, no matter where your driver's license is from in the United States. Another clause is the Privileges and Immunities Clause, and this states that that any state cannot discriminate or give special privileges to somebody just because of a state that they're from. So a good way to remember this is the mnemonic device. Lucy eats juicy raspberries after she runs, and you can see how it correlates to where each article is located and also what topic is being addressed. I would write this down and make sure you know that mnemonic device really can help you on the U.S. Constitution test and on the EOC. So again, let's go back to the purpose of the Constitution, and that's found in the preamble, the introduction. Some big important ideas here are that we need to form a more perfect union. We need to always be continually improving our U.S. Constitution. We have to establish justice, or that fair treatment of our citizens. Ensure domestic tranquility. There needs to be peace among our citizens, preventing riots, that sort of thing. Provide for the common defense. Government should have some sort of national security. We need to provide the general welfare, making sure that citizens are happy and that they're also being taken care of. And then secure the blessings of liberty for ourselves and for our posterity. So that means these rights of the people that we have, they need to be secure for us living now and for those that come after us. So some principles of the Constitution. This is really an important piece. The popular sovereignty idea. This is found in the preamble. It's stating that ultimately power is going to be in the hands of the people in this system. It's no longer in the monarchy. It's no longer in a collection of states. It's with the people. You have federalism, and this is the idea that you have national government, you have state governments, and there's going to be some powers that only the national government have. There's going to be some powers that only the state has, and there's going to be some that are blended between the two, that are shared by both. It's that federalism, that balancing act. The last one is the checks and balances system. Maybe this is one that you might have heard before. This is where no branch can overstep its boundaries and try to assert too much power on another branch. And finally, there were certain rights that were already added in the Constitution. The Anti-Federalists, when they posed the Constitution, one of the things they said were these rights that are here didn't go far enough in protecting citizens. They wanted to add the additional rights that now we have as a Bill of Rights. So we have habeas corpus, this idea that you have to tell somebody what their crime is that they're being charged for. So what are they being committed for? You can't just haul them off to jail without publicly saying this. You cannot have ex post facto laws in the United States. So what this means is that Congress can't go back in time and say that you committed a crime that at the time of you doing this, there was nothing illegal about it. This is a confusing idea, so make sure tomorrow in class you ask clarifying questions if you need to. Final idea of this rights in the Constitution is no bills of attainder. And so what this means is Congress cannot bypass the judicial system in any way and declare somebody guilty of a crime. You have to hold a trial. You have to go through the judicial process first. So make sure in your notes that you've hit these 4 objectives. Come with questions tomorrow, and looking forward to it.